Hello everyone, welcome to my The Way Home official channel. I hope everyone is having a great day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Nothing muddies the present quite like a little time travel. Dealing with people who are unaware of their time travel becomes a little more difficult on the way home since Kat and Alice are experiencing the past and present at the same time in their brains. The women who have been a part of Elliot's life for decades are guiding him through difficult times, even if he is on the secret and not traveling himself. Brady arrived back in Port Haven at the ideal moment. Alice and Kat both had to make peace with their feelings from the past. Making himself at home. Alice met a man she didn't know when she traveled into the past. Brady, as a little girl, fell short of the man she knew as her father. It caused her to doubt everything. Alice behaved as though she had never seen her father before when he arrived. He didn't deserve such disrespect and out-of-turn remarks from his beloved daughter. Alice felt compelled to express those emotions. They were making her feel heavy. She was dealing with them alone because she hadn't had a chance to discuss them with her mother. However, she was also able to witness a different aspect of Brady in the past when she had the opportunity to speak with her father and meet him again. The Way Home, Alice in the Morning, Season 1, Episode 5. She was able to understand how Kat initially fell in love with Brady only after she began to wonder about the connection between his history and present. Alice's perception of Brady gifting Kat the bracelet might have been different if he hadn't traveled to Port Haven. Rather, she chose to see the charming situation for what it was. Her parents were genuinely falling in love. When Kat saw the same items again in the meantime, she didn't think twice about what they had exchanged. Her previous passion for Brady did not change in the present. She found it difficult to accept that she and Brady didn't survive, especially considering how deeply in love they were at the beginning. In the kitchen with Del and Kat, Brady didn't have to travel back in time to feel that same sense of unease fueled by nostalgia. It seemed like going back in time to return to Port Haven. His lovely recollections of the laundry farm and its inhabitants returned in spades. He seemed to have returned home. When he came to visit in the 1990s, the Landry family did not greet him with warm arms. There was some distrust toward him. Brady, please allow me to state that, Mrs. Landry, this potato salad is the nicest I've ever tasted. Jacob, stale humor, how many times have you tried potato salads? Nevertheless, I think he was sincere when he stated he felt like he belonged. Experiencing alienation as an adult must have knocked him. Similar to the film. But the sense of alienation that accompanied the resurfacing of those memories also made him wonder if his decision to leave his family had been the right one. Anyone who has ever wondered what if, while thinking back on their past or seen an old photo, can relate to Kat and Brady's feelings. Perhaps calling it quits was a mistake. Perhaps a second opportunity would make all the difference. Elliot's presence added a layer of doubt to what Kat and Brady sensed. In the past, Kat was blind to his love for her, and in the present, she continues to be devoid of awareness of it. Reenacting She's All That when Kat came down the stairs in her red dress to kiss me would give anyone the goosebumps. Elliot has been waiting his entire life for his chance to meet Kat. Elliot pretended that it was a joke when he brought her a bouquet, but since he was a teenager, taking Kat to the prom was undoubtedly a fantasy of his. Elliot was reliving his dream with the girl of his dreams, even though she was unaware of it. Tonight is a date. Brady may have always seen Elliot as a threat, but his reactions to Elliot's presence, both before and during the dance, suggest that he wasn't able to recognize it as a teenager. Brady has previously displayed gloating and jerky behavior. He was throwing verbal darts at Elliot while they were sat across from each other at the dinner table, something you wouldn't anticipate of him right now. Elliot works as a teacher. Well, some people, I suppose, never really go far from home. If Brady didn't think Elliot posed a threat, there would be no reason for him to be treated that way. It's hilarious how simple it is to slip backward. Del's remark got me thinking. Did she always recognize the competition between Brady and Elliot for what it was? Mother's sense is typically very accurate. Now that I spent so much time seeing you three regress, I'm going to hang out with another adult. Salutations. Having previously advised Elliot to take his time, she was aware that he was making an extra effort to win Kat over when she remarked that he was awfully sharp for a chaperone. Elliot's smile. Naturally, Kat is confused by everything. She no longer felt loved, therefore she and Brady split up. He stopped seeing her at one point in their relationship, and it broke my heart. Brady had to be threatened by Elliot in order for her to see Kat again, and because of the mental collision between the past and present, Kat finally gave in to a passionate kiss with her first love. However, the fantasy was fleeting. Kat, please do not mistake my absence as your wife for your absence as your friend. Towards the end especially, we both realized what a disaster we were. Brady, we also had a great deal of joy. Kat, it's true that we did. You understand how wounded she was during their marriage if she's pulling back. Returning home and recognizing who they were at the start has helped Kat understand what they've become, even though getting that second opportunity may have meant something had it arrived sooner. However, Elliot witnessed their kiss and will mistakenly conclude that Kat and Brady have a bond that has the potential to rekindle their romance. The Way Home, Sharing a Dance, Season 1, Episode 5. Although Elliot is very smart and ought to be able to look past it, the heart isn't always willing to follow the mind. I anticipate that this will lessen the excitement he had at the start of the evening. I firmly believe that Elliot and Kat were destined for one another, but their journey to that realization is far from over. Andy is waiting in the wings, and despite her attempts to suppress her feelings following that intense kiss with Brady, the past continues to beckon. There are other Landry women whose past and present romantically intersect with Kat. Alice had never considered the possibility that the boy she was falling for in the past would now be a man until now. The inappropriate time. Finishing that was made prominent by the Roxy Theatre. Elliot dutifully lied about his relationship with Nick when Alice asked for information about him. I think the narrative whose handling most interests me is this one. Alice and Nick must eventually cross paths in the present, right? The tale is too intriguing to ignore. There are several storytelling tiers when it comes to time travel. The difference between time periods usually prevents anything similar from happening. Naturally, time travel of this kind was essential to 12 Monkeys, and the more often past and present interacted, the better. In that universe, altering the past would alter the future. That was the argument they made. However, they never depicted a love relationship developing between two teenagers as a result of that tour. It's a difficult situation that requires consideration. A morning with Alice. Nick doesn't appear to have found a mate. His travels throughout the world and his maritime exploits are all over his Instagram page. I'm interested to see how Alice's presence in the past affected him. It also raises the mystery surrounding Elliot's concealment of the secret. It would have been difficult to resist calming his friend down with what he knew if Alice's disappearance had disturbed him. Perhaps the most fascinating character in the narrative is Elliot, and I would love to know what he studied in between waiting for his past to crash with his present. Does he really realize that they can't tamper with the past, even though he's keen to tell Alice and Kat as much? Why couldn't it be the 12-monkey effect, which implies that looking to the past may and ought to bring about change? We have only completed 5 episodes of what we anticipate will be a lengthy journey, and I bet we have no idea where it will lead. Del grins. Even though Del and Brian are the only Landry women who choose not to swim in the pond, she is nevertheless troubled by memories of the past and present when they hesitantly shake hands and a huge picture of Del and Colton appears on the Roxy screen. When the past is always just a memory, how can you ever go on? That's undoubtedly a part of the story, and Kat's determination to break old habits with Brady shows that you can succeed despite how ingrained your habits are, or at the very least, that you can think about accepting a different future for yourself. What direction will the tale take us next? Where would you like it to end up? Please leave a remark below with your opinions. Would you go back if you could? And what would you anticipate discovering? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.